So, tonight, Liverpool are visiting Napoli in the Champions League. It's going to be quite a short preview. I'm a bit short on time today. Got quite a few things going on and been at work already today. So, it's been a wonderful day. But we get to look forward to Champions League action tonight. And obviously, in the last round of the Champions League, we won our game against PSG in epic Anfield style. But we are away this time to Napoli, who in their last game, I believe it was it them? No, yes, they drew. They drew against Red Star Belgrade, and in their last domestic game, they actually lost 2-1 to Juventus. So it's like kind of like I think a top of the table sort of game that they had, similar to what we've had this weekend. They lost their game. We drew our game against Chelsea. So I think that the way that we can go at this team is we just got to go blunt force attack. Which sounds simple, but it's not, because it's going to be really, really difficult to actually break down Napoli. I don't think Juventus broke down Napoli very, very easily, and I think it's going to be one of those, it's, a classic Italian defence, a classic Carlo Ancelotti team that will have a lot of chances. I think against Red Star Belgrade, they had something like 20 plus shots, and it just would not go in the back of the net at all. So they're going to have a lot of chances. Hopefully we can limit those chances with our defence and everything like that as well, and hopefully we can take our chances as well, which is going to be kind of a key thing for us. We need to start taking the chances that we're creating. We created so many chances against Chelsea at the weekend. Honest to God, we created so many. Even in the Carabao Cup game with a pretty much a completely different team. We created so many chances, and we just need to actually start being clinical. And that falls to not only Mohamed Salah, but it also falls to Mane, it falls to Firmino, it falls to everybody that is in a goal-scoring opportunity, in a goal-scoring position. Whoever is going to be on that pitch, that's what needs to happen. They need to start being a little bit more clinical, thinking. Maybe, I don't want to say thinking, because thinking in football tends to lead to mistakes. When you've got people that are naturally, like, say, I don't know, I'm going to use the example of Papi Cisse at Newcastle. When he was at Newcastle, and if he had time to think on the ball, he was absolutely awful. But when he didn't have time to think, and I don't think anybody who is a Premier League fan will ever forget the goal that he scored, Papi Cisse scored against Chelsea, which I don't know how it still went in, but it was an outside of the boot on the left-hand side, and it went in top corner on the right-hand side, I should say. And it was a ridiculous goal, but it's one of those where he didn't think. And I think when you've got someone like Salah, who at the moment I think is overthinking things, this is the point I'm trying to make. It looks like he's trying to overthink things, which means that whatever he's trying to do gets a bit overcooked. It gets overdone. And he's just not hitting the mark right now. We saw it against Chelsea. He got in so many good positions where last year you're thinking, goal, goal, goal. He could have had at least 3 goals if he was as clinical as he was last year. And it will come for Salah. And it will come for Mane. It will come for Firmino as well. And I just think we're playing away. It's going to be a difficult atmosphere because Italian grounds have a very big history of being notoriously difficult for away teams. And that's what we're going to have. We're going to be at their home ground. They're going to make it difficult for us. The atmosphere will probably be against us. But it'll be a good match. I think it's going to be 2 attacking teams. My cat's just having a bit of a nut time in the living room at the moment, aren't you? You're just having a lovely time there, yeah? Brilliant. Anyway, I think it's going to be 2 attacking teams that are going to collide. It's going to be 2 teams that are going to like to attack incisively, and they're going to come and collide. And whoever gets that first, rub of the green, whoever gets that first goal is probably going to be set on their way to a successful game. That being said, hopefully we get the first goal, because I would love us to get the first goal. I really would. I think a lot can be learned from the fact that Napoli also have a lot of chances in their last 2 games as well. They've had a lot of chances against Juventus. They had more chances, obviously, against Red Star Belgrade. They're not necessarily taking the chances that are being given to them. And we can also, with our defence, and I firmly believe that we'll have, Virgil van Dijk, Gomez, Alisson, those guys that we know that are going to be our first line of defence and our first choice defence, they will be in there. The key thing that Jurgen Klopp said yesterday is that there's no new injury issues. There's no new injuries come up. So we should be able to, if we wanted to, go as strong as we wanted. What we might see here, though, is he did hint at making some changes. So whether that means, are we going to maybe see a Sturridge in this lineup, or are we going to see Shaqiri in this lineup? I think yes, you could, and it's going to be difficult to actually. I don't know. It's going to be difficult to predict where these players would actually play. Obviously, Sturridge would play up front, but if we're going to bring Shaqiri in, does that mean we're going to save Naby Keita for the weekend, or someone like that? What sort of midfield are we going to go for in this game? Now, I'm not going to go through the defence because you know what our defence is going to be like and the goalkeeper that we're going to choose for this game. But the midfield, I personally think, would be Gini Wijnaldum, Milner, and could be Shaqiri as well. I think that we're going to save Naby Keita for the weekend against Manchester City, another blockbuster tie, but we're not covering any of that at the moment. And then the front line could be Mohamed Salah, Mane, and Sturridge, or it could be Firmino. Depends, totally depends, and that's what I'm sticking with at the moment. In my mind, I'm thinking, all right, I'm still going to go with Firmino, and then we can still have that impact of Sturridge off the bench. I still think off the bench, Sturridge would make more of an impact than Firmino, but that is just my opinion. That's just how I see it, because we don't see Firmino come off the bench anymore. That's also my cat's food bowl, if you can hear that. Loving it, aren't you? Loving life. Give it a chance to spin. Give it a chance to spin. There you go. Anyway, she's just desperate for food, that's all. She is absolutely, like all of us, she likes being a little bit, loves her food. Anyway, so yes, I think that we get more of an impact from Sturridge coming off the bench. You see that quality that he's obviously delivered against Chelsea. And I think that we can go out there, and if we can, at least be just that little bit more clinical, and it is just that little bit more clinical than we have been in recent games, we can come out of this one with a good win. I'm not going to say it's going to be a comfortable win, like we're going to absolutely smash them, 2 or 3-0. I would take 2-0, I would take 2-1, I'd take 1-0. I really would. As long as we win the game, I would love that. If we draw the game, slightly disappointing. But I think that we can go out there, we can win this game. I'm going to go for a prediction of 2-1 to Liverpool. We're going to a difficult environment, and we could come off, on the drawing side. We could also come off as the losing side. That's what happens. It can happen. Probably it will happen at some point during this season, but I think right now we are just a little bit away from actually finding our clinical edge. And could this be the game that it happens? I hope it is. And then it'll set us up for Man City at the weekend as well. Woo! Anyway, that is my prediction, 2-1 to Liverpool. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for watching this shorter video than normal, and I will catch you later, hopefully, for the match reaction.